On Christmas Eve in 1944, Sergeant André Guedez was planning an evening at the cinema in York with his English girlfriend. Unfortunately for André, the war had other plans. André was a gunner on a Halifax bomber with 347 Squadron, a unit made up entirely of French personnel based at RAF Elvington near York. He and his crew got the message, all leave cancelled. They were sent on a bombing operation over Germany, supporting ground forces against a German offensive in what became known as the Battle of the Bulge. Their Halifax, Elle for love, took off at 11:31 in the morning on Christmas Eve, and after 4 hours was above Essen-Mulheim, home to the huge Krupp's arms factory. They immediately came under fire from the ground.
The whole sky was the most explosive place in the world. The Germans had more than 30,000 anti-aircraft batteries around the factories and town.
They were hit and had to abandon the aircraft.
The pilot and co-pilot gave us the order to jump. I then disconnected the heating of my suit and my oxygen mask. At 6,000 meters high, the temperature was minus 50 degrees and the oxygen is very rare. In a few minutes, I knew I would be unconscious.
André found his parachute, fastened it on and got to the hatch, all the time losing consciousness. Then the Halifax took a direct hit to an engine and he blacked out. He fell 18,000 feet through explosions and fire. Then...
Hey! Fuck off, Français!
He was lying on a desk in an office. His face and back hurt. Around him, people were speaking German, but he was alive. Somehow, he'd escaped the burning Halifax and his parachute had been deployed.
Opening my eyes, I saw kids with noses pasted to a window, looking at me. An old German soldier, a poor guy who has been called up, was looking after me.
André's first thoughts were for his girlfriend back in York and how he wouldn't be able to tell her their date was cancelled.
I said to myself, the dream was over, and there will be no Christmas at night by the fireplace.
André was sent first to a civilian prison where he found his flight engineer, Sergeant Français Durand, the only other survivor of their 7-man crew. The pair spent 4.5 months as prisoners in Germany, including time being marched through German towns devastated by the war, until they eventually arrived at a camp near Munich. They were released by American troops on the 29th of April 1945. For nearly 7 decades, André and Français rang each other on Christmas Eve to remember those they lost that night in 1944. André died in July 2017. He was 97.